Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we are talking about Bofuri Season 2, which was a recommendation by I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my Jeb. Thank you, Jeb, for the wonderful recommendation. Basically, the reason why we needed to watch this was it was a continuation of the previous season. And it's based off of a light novel series that is cute and fluffy. Their words, not mine. Although I would probably venture to say, yeah, cute and fluffy is right there with it.
Fairly accurate.
Yep. If you want to hear the pre-show content that we were talking about, you can go to patreon.com/featured anime podcast, $1 a month to get you access to that bonus content. And if you want to help support us, help us grow through other means, you can always go to the affiliate links that we have in our show notes. We have affiliate links there for Crunchyroll. If you use one of those links, you'll get yourself a free trial from Crunchyroll. You can also get yourself some nice merch from them at the exact same time. Get yourself a nice little discount on some of that merch. And of course, let us not forget about Tokyo Treats. If you use coupon code FeaturedAnime along with our affiliate link, you get yourself $5 off that very first box, and trust me, those treats are worth it. And of course, you can always go to shop.featuredanimepodcast.com, get yourself some Swinky swag, and help support us like that if you so choose. Everything is available to you on our show notes as well as on featuredanimepodcast.com. And now, onto the meat and brotatoes. A couple of producers for it are Kodokawa, ATX, just to name a couple of them. Studio for it is Silver Link. It aired January 2023 through April 2023. Genres are action, adventure, comedy, fantasy, sci-fi, and slice of life. It's based off of a light novel, and it is 12 episodes long. Now, season 2 picks up where Maple and her guild, the Maple Tree, basically left off, right? Where season 1 left off, and they're exploring the newly opened areas, higher levels, starting with level 4, and in the game called New World Online. Having already established themselves as a formidable force in the first season, although in unconventional ways, they dive into all the new events and quests and dungeons and everything else that are happening in season 2. And Maple, who ultimately still relies on her maxed out defense and her bizarre collection of skills, while also continuing to stumble on other new skills that are basically game breaking, and leaves the developers in dismay. The season does mainly focus on the guild members in the second season, though, and powering them up and giving them new skills and abilities, air quotes there, for a portion of the discussion later on, while also participating in several game events.
I mean, yeah. You basically said the whole show right there.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's basically what it does. What it is, it's not that far from it, right? So you have the main character, obviously.
Yeah.
Her whole vitality, her whole role and everything is she's the guild leader for their guild, but at the exact same time, she's just kind of there cruising along, and everyone else is kind of cruising along.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone in that,
the way I see it,
I was going to say, everyone in that guild also has very unique skills, which by far made them all outcasts. So,
well, I mean, I guess so. In the first season, obviously, we saw that the game is meant to be balanced. You have a slew of different non-occupation classes you can go through. She chooses the one with the highest defense, obviously, but what I thought was kind of funny is you almost need to even everything out, otherwise you can't move. There are characters in this guild where these two little girls only use attack. They're like, we just want to attack everything. So they max out their attack, but they can't move anywhere. Their agility is trash. So they compensate with that by teaming up with Mabel, whose defense is the only thing she keeps putting points in.
Yeah.
Hence the name. But somehow, some way, they all are able to do workarounds. Like once you become, it's kind of funny the way that the game makes the game seem is you can focus on one stat and only one stat, provided you're strong enough to make it to later games. The other stats will feed off of your primary stat. A big fat, for instance.
Well, I mean, so in the primary purpose of the game obviously is that, but and the flexibility of it. But then, you know, we've already recounted and did all that in season one, you know, and I don't think we need to reaccount that because it's already, that foundation's already been laid for the first 12 episodes in season one, ergo season one. And they don't really account that again in season two. They just talked about it mainly in season one.
You
not
did
season
mention,
two. I did mention it. Right?
You did mention, yes, which is why I was going to say, yes, they're all outcasts.
Yes.
But they all go specifically with one direction. Like you don't have two people who have maxed out defense.
Yeah, but that's not true, right? They don't all max out like one particular thing. They have their specialties or their job classes for it. The only other people that have did that were the sisters who maxed out their attack and nothing else right there. And that's it. No one else has maxed out no one else has maxed out anything else because you have another shield, Chrome. He didn't max out his defense.
No, he maxed out his vitality, didn't he?
No.
Oh, well, that kind of throws my theory out the window because I assumed that he was all talking about how his regeneration, his vitality, and it seemed like that was
he gained a special skill
feature.
Yeah, he gained a special skill that made it so he couldn't die, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but again, that's kind of the thing. If you saw some of the text messages at the end of the episode or whatever, just before the credits, like they always talk, it's like, oh, it's not surprising that they all got these crazy rare creatures, or they all got these crazy rare abilities, or they got all these crazy rare or really off the wall, whatever it is. It's because they're very unique and they have their own unique playing styles. Like, you have one guy, or not guy, but she is very much a creator. And that's what she does. She focuses on creating stuff and everything else, but she can also do other things. She's not just strictly limited to that. And same thing for all the other characters. They have their own unique quirks, their own specific classes, but they didn't just dump everything into one skill because everyone would be really, really slow. The joke is that Maple and the two girls are slow because they literally don't dump anything into anything else. And that stays true even into second season, where second season, they're still really slow. They have other methods and other means to help get them around.
Yeah. So I guess circling back to my point, if you are able to make a high enough level, you've got items that will compensate for your lack of diversity. And I had just assumed that each character had represented an extreme in one direction. You know what I mean? Like Maple's defense, the two girls attack, her friend agility, the other dude vitality, was crafting. Like they all have specialties. They're not interchangeable.
Right. And
which makes them an all-around
Yeah.
And makes them an all-around good guild because you have essentially you've got one. If they move as a unit, you've got one character that maxed everything. That's what I thought.
But they didn't.
Given what you've said, that's not quite.
Yeah, no. Chrome's specific purpose is he's like going. The reason why I'm saying Chrome because he's going to be the direct correlation between the two, right? He wants to push everyone's like, hey, shields are not that horrible, or they're not just about defense. And if you remember in the first season, he died like 1,000 times trying to prove a point, just advancing himself, and he got access to the special dungeon, which gave him the rare armor that he's wearing, gave him the the skills and everything else at the exact same time. And then you have Sally, who the exact same thing. There are other people that are kind of doing the exact same thing, but just a little bit differently. Like for her focus really isn't the ninja, but it's all about speed and attack. Is she focuses strictly on crafting, but she can still attack. And she doesn't have to have these crazy, weird, off the wall skills for it. Because
the way she attacks is she makes a crap ton of cannons and fires them at point blank range. That's what I thought her thing. She crafted weapons. She crafted fortresses. She crafted things that would improve stats.
Her job class is like smithing, creating, potion making, everything. She's a crafter.
I mean, yes,
but that is not her sole focus.
What else does she go into that she seemed passionate about?
No, what I'm saying is like she doesn't dump all her points into that. She has points in.
Gotcha.
She dumps points in dexterity. She dumps points in agility. She dumps points in intelligence and vitality. She doesn't just go, oh, I have 100 points, all of it on this one stat. That's what Maple does. That's what the two girls do. Everyone else don't. They may focus on it, but they have other skills, other things that they can put towards it. Otherwise, everyone would be a one-hit kill.
I mean, for Maple, everything pretty much is a one-hit kill, with the exception of a few different bosses.
Yeah, but it's not just the bosses, right? Where she's able to it's the people as well. They're not all one-hit kills either.
I mean, she doesn't really kill the people, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Season 1 is why I'm saying that, right? During the events in the first season. Yeah, in season 2, there were events as well where people attacked her to their folly, but... Yeah.
I have a weird thing. So she happenstances into a lot of her stuff, right? Like just oops, luck, or a miscommunication. Like, this is the way forward. Oh, it's not.
Yep.
Oh, you're just a really awesome boss with a really amazing attack style that I've now inherited. Okay. Here's where I get frustrated. She gains an ability called, I think it's Pandemonium. Is that what it's called? Something like that.
Who?
Maple. Sorry, Maple.
Okay. So let me pull up her active skills here for you.
Okay, well, I believe she gets this thing called Pandemonium. And the frustrating part about Pandemonium is she only uses it once. It's an OP skill that looks amazing, that looks like it would be really fun to explore, and she just uses it the one time. So it just...
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Pandemonium is the summon the red and blue Onis, right? Yeah, for 1 minute, and then seals all your skills for the duration, right? So
of that 1 minute.
Yeah. I mean, like there were other details in there with it at the exact same time, but yeah,
it just seemed like it'd be a far bigger attack or far bigger skill that she'd be able to use later on as a life-saving venture. And it was there. It was cool for the 1 or 2 times she's used it.
Yeah.
And then just, pushed to the wayside. Granted, a few of her other skills are way better.
Oh, yeah, but it would still be pretty cool to utilize it because she utilizes a bunch of other random skills all the time, So I agree.
Far worse.
I agree.
Good.
It would have been great to see it, but however, at the exact same time, I mean, I'm looking at the list of all her skills, and that's a lot of different skills that she has.
It's excessive. And she only really uses 4 reliably. Granted, there's one that she uses. I forget what it's called. I want to say Annihilator, but I'm probably wrong.
Are you talking about the
thing that makes her look like an alien from Alien versus Predator?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I can't find the one but I know what you're talking about. But she also has tons of other skills, right? But again, So going back to the story, going along with the story, right? We could talk about the skills because her skills are unique, they're fun, and her interactions for the entire series is unique and fun. I will say though,
It's a nice. You good?
I will say that one of my favorite things about it is that one of the things I disliked was how rapid fire and fast pace the whole thing is.
You're gonna have to kind of expand on that.
With how rapid pace, like basically every episode was an
Yeah.
event or level or something like that, where it was breakneck speed through. Oh, we just opened up
Okay,
a new
I'll give you
level.
that.
Next week, oh, a whole new level. Oh, next episode, oh, a
Yeah.
whole new level. Oh, what was that? Months, actually,
Yeah,
months
okay.
went by. Oh, what was that? We have another event, another event, another event. It's like, what was that?
Well, you don't
3
want to see him
events?
grinding everything out.
You don't need to
Back
see
to
it.
back.
You don't need to see everything being like ground out, but at the exact same time, it's like that they just released. So, for example, they just released level 6. She got sick, right? And then she
Mhm.
comes back. Everyone's already abandoned the expansion of level 6, went to level 7 in the time that she was gone. So you mean to tell me that what they did was they in that short time frame, or she was really sick for a long time, released an entire expansion, said, "Yeah, it's only been a week. Let's release another one," and then released another one in that time frame, and on
Yeah,
top of that,
the world-
orchestrated events for it.
I'm just saying the world is a fast-paced thing. You got to keep up.
The programmers were complaining about the overtime that they have. There ain't no way.
Unpaid overtime.
There ain't no way that they can program that fast and not have it be janky.
Well, it's janky, flat out. That's how you got someone like Maple.
No, I'm saying like true heart. Maple was an anomaly where they didn't plan for it. They never thought in 1,000 years someone would actually go and do that. Not, hey, bro, let's just turn this out. Oh, what's this? It's buggy. You slip through the floor type stuff. You don't have the manpower to turn out content like that fast. There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
I mean, true. Just curious, was I hallucinating, or did they introduce a new admin?
No, they did. They even said
Okay.
that they were new.
No, I know, but like, yes, they said they were new. But my curiosity was, do you think that it's somebody they know already?
Probably.
Do you think it's somebody Maple knows already?
Probably. Or probably not. I mean, they could just be a fan. It's a very good possibility.
I don't know. It just seems. I don't know. I lost my train of thought on that one. Sorry. It's a cute anime. It's very lackadaisical. It's very. You don't really have to pay too much attention. If you do pay enough attention, you'll notice some discrepancies. I really wished they would have mimicked what they did in the first season, where they kind of explained what ability she's getting and how, which
They did.
Not extensively, not like they did before.
Well, do you really need them to explain how she ate a monster to gain its abilities again for like the fourth time?
But no, but it would be nice to. It'd be nice to have some kind of consistency. Is not quite the right word to put it, but assurances in my mind. Assurances that it's not all just favoritism. It's not all, Granted, you see the admins are not necessarily gunning after her specifically, but she's on a list.
Yes, she is on a list, but
The list at this point.
Yeah, but they also said at the exact same time that they can't exactly just go after her. They can't just be hindering her constantly. When they try to program things or they build things, they're building it with her in mind, so that way they can not have people easily walk through. And then they also realize in the show that it's not just her. The top 3 are the ones that are actually just kind of going through and annihilating everything that's happening.
Okay, so kind of like a cull, if you will. annihilate as much as you possibly can for as quickly as you can.
No, what they're trying to do is they're trying to not restrict the weaker players, but also at the exact same time try and put some restrictions, I guess you could say, or some obstacles in the way of the top players, unsuccessfully, I might add.
Yeah, seriously though, I was gonna say, like, it'd be one thing if they were trying to just boost newbies, but they're actively going, not against, that's not the right way to put it, but they are, I don't know, they're pushing out stuff specifically to hinder Maple or try to like help her not be so overpowered. And she just keeps left, right, new stuff, safe stuff, thinking outside the box. That seems to be a big theme. That, oh yeah, I didn't think that you could do it like that. I didn't think you could do it like that. And I'm over here like, you created the games.
Yeah, that
Like,
doesn't like. Have you
because
ever? Have you ever seen speedrunners? Like, or rather, have you ever
I'm
seen?
not familiar with the movie.
No. It's not a movie. It's a group of people that speed run games to try and complete them as fast as possible.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. No.
Okay. Speedrunners, as I just said, do that exact thing, right? Some creators will actually watch people speed run their games, and when they're watching them speed run the games, they go, how did you even, like, why would you even try to do that, or why would you even go and do that? Makes no sense. You're bypassing this entire thing, or you're passing this whole section here. You're not doing this, and you're supposed to not do that, or they jumped over this thing and you're not supposed to be able to, but apparently if you do it at that right angle, you can, and it bypasses this and does, and they give their comments on it, on how speedrunners or people who play through the games figure all this stuff out. So the fact that they're the creators doesn't matter, because they can't always account for everything, and people will always find a way. It's the same thing even in the games that we've played. There have been glitches and Easter eggs or things that just happen to be put in there, and it's in there because they wanted it to be found, but just not found the way that they wanted it to be found.
It sounds like you're going from point A to point B, but doing a detour for the rest of the alphabet.
Yeah.
Jeez. Now, I wonder what season 3 is going to look like.
If there is a season 3. I don't know if there will be.
They alluded to it pretty hard in here, didn't they? There was definitely no closed bookend.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
I was hopeful.
You could be hopeful all you want. I mean, like, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's been well over 10 years, hasn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Sorry. No, I'm thinking of a different show. No, it's been only 2 years. So we still have 8 more to go.
Lovely. Only eight. It's fine. By the time the rest come out, we won't even remember.
That's what you think.
We'll have to watch the other ones just to catch up.
All right. Well, I can't really think of too much more that we can dive in on this. What about you, sir?
Not without spoiling the whole show. And it's a cute, lighthearted anime. We recommend, at least I recommend, that you go watch it.
Yep. So, on a scale of up to 10, sir, how would you rate this?
This one's getting an 8.
Okay.
The reason it's getting an 8 instead of a 9 or a 10 is it's open-ended. It's lighthearted. It didn't get any higher because it is open-ended. It did not give you any bookends. It gave you a fake sense of danger for Mabel, because the one time you see her actually take excessive damage, boom, fixed. So there was no real, is she going to be okay? Is this going to be the first death? No, it wasn't. And it was 100% expected. But even with all those negatives, or even with that negative, it was still really enjoyable. I recommend it highly.
For sure.
For most age groups, I'd say. It's fairly safe. There's no lucidity going on or anything like that. And it's that I like, hey, my wife and I are going to watch this show. What about you?
I'm gonna give it a 6. Giving it a 6 because
Really?
it was
Much lower.
Very cookie cuttery. It was the plot was very basic. It just was rapid fire for plot progression. There was no real character development. In my opinion, you also had some spots where the animation got wonky, and they decided to go with a 3D-esque CGI for a couple of spots randomly, and I don't even know why. It would have made sense if they had consistently done that, or they had specific parts where there was an explanation as to why they did that, but there really wasn't any explanation for it. So for those reasons, I'm giving it a 6. Next week, we are going to be watching Goblin Slayer Season 2. Because we have not seasons in Season 2, even though we watched Season 1 and the movie. So, why not? So, well, that's all the time that we have for today. If you feel like
that's all, folks.
Yep. Feel like we did too much justice, not enough justice, or anything like that, feel free to let us know. You can reach out to us. All their contact information is available to you in our show notes, as well as on the website, featuredanimepodcast.com. And until next time, I'm Jack.
And I'm Rick. And we'll see you next time.